Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio. Color me happy. There's a couch in here for two. No, this is just my dining table in Montana. We have one computer and no equipment. What happened?
Okay, we are on a vacation together, and Erin is a very responsible packer. She makes a list well ahead of time. In fact, she sent us part of the list earlier last week on a text chain. I'm a morning of packer, and I'm not a Green Bay packer. Either is Devontae Adams, but I pack morning of. I forgot my computer, I forgot my podcast equipment, and I forgot my running shoes.
Okay, full disclosure, I told her, I'll bring my computer. Can you bring the equipment?
I didn't understand the
She
assignment.
comes to the airport and goes, I forgot my computer. And I was like, I've got the computer. Do you have the equipment?
I forgot. I was so worried about I was taking one carry-on because I didn't want to be, we talked about don't want to bring all the luggage.
Yeah.
Packing for a cold weather place is hard. The sweaters occupy a lot of room.
100%.
And I pride myself on being a really good packer. I was rolling sweaters. You should see, I'm gonna take a picture of how much shit I'm able to get into a carry-on. I am a pro. But when you don't include the running shoes or the computer or the podcast equipment, Clearly I got a lot more in. But anyways,
it's fine. We're making it happen.
It's a time. We're ready. We are hydrating with our electrolyte. Jesus, I can't even talk.
Electrolytes.
Yet. So I hope everyone had a great week. We intimated over on the pregame. It's a little 10-minute session we do for those of you that aren't familiar, a little precursory conversation about what we're going to talk about on the podcast. Part of that we addressed was the Will Smith, Chris Rock situation. If you're interested
Still can't believe it.
Go in there for a more in-depth combo about it. But it was bizarre. I thought Chris Rock handled like a champ. And Amy Schumer also did a fabulous job of making, this is where being a comedian is so helpful.
Yeah.
You're making the most awkward situations tolerable or like digestible, because that's a tough space to be in.
But she was so good when she came out afterwards and just kind of said, did I miss something? The vibe has totally changed it. She's got this such sarcastic tone. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
She's wonderful.
Bizarre. I thought Will Smith was out of line, and clearly, I don't know how he woke up this morning and felt, but Chris Rock handled it like a champ, and I'm bummed. I love Will Smith. It doesn't change my opinion of him, but I think it takes away his night too for, winning Best Actor, and then the story's all about that. Or the Williams family too.
Or Coda, the movie, Coda, or the inspirational messages and speeches that came from that whole thing. And then who won right after Will Smith, which was really unfortunate because nobody could focus on that.
Is it Jessica Chastain?
Nope. Brian will know. Who was it? Kid Rock. Chris Rock was giving him the award.
Oh, the documentary?
No, it was, fire away when you get it, Ryan.
All right. Well, we'll fill in that blank. But yeah, I just thought it was unfortunate. But you know what?
You can't hit people.
No.
You can't hit people. I'm bummed out it was him. Anyways, what else is going on?
So what else is going on? I've got a list.
I see it.
Do you know what's up? Did you see the first thing on the list?
Matte lip.
A matte lip. Do you not see what's happening here?
What? A matte lip?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your story behind it?
I've never bought a Kylie lip liner or a lip thing before, and I just put it on. I've never had a matte lip because I'm always like afraid it's like so dry.
Yeah, I can.
I was going to do the thing for Dion in Mississippi.
Okay,
and I forgot a lipstick, which is weird because like I like so much makeup in my makeup bag.
You got it out of the airport kiosk.
I got it out of the airport kiosk.
By the way, she's a genius for doing it.
I was so excited to use it. I felt like I was at the arcade and like the arm was coming over and I was like, please don't get stuck. Please don't get stuck.
It's a great color.
The machine. Thank you. It's subtle, but it's my first time using a matte lip, and first time, supporting the Kylie enterprise because I know she really needs
it. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know if you were into a matte lip or not.
I need a little bit of like a gloss. Yeah, I'm a big masher, which is why I've got these two jowl things on the side of my mouth. But yeah.
No, it looks good.
Really good.
Okay. I don't know if there's anybody else out there.
What does Kylie's stuff run? Like, how expensive is it? It's got to be good prices because I know their customer, their demo is Mid-America.
It wasn't, I don't remember the exact, but I remember it not being astronomical. I wasn't like, well, this is outrageous. I was just so excited.
It's not like a MAC price, right?
I could go more Chanel, but MAC's fine too. MAC, I feel like this is affordable now. in high school, it was not affordable. I saved up a lot of money for that spice
Wait,
liner.
it's as expensive as Chanel?
It's not as expensive as Chanel.
But is it max prices?
More Mac, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, a Mac truck might have hit me, and then I would understand that question
So
better.
fine. Okay, well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of colors she offers in a kiosk. I've actually thought about that for wear. I've thought about that like when you fly into Green Bay or if you fly into like Seattle and maybe having a kiosk or just having it in a gift shop.
Have you ever forgotten something in all of your travels? Have you ever forgotten something and no, not the Green Bay story of Aaron Rodgers sit down.
Say.
No, at the airport. Like, who out there, male listeners, is at Brooks Brothers in the airport and buying a suit there? I need to know what you've purchased at the airport that came in handy. Like, there's a Victoria's Secret at JFK. And
there's always Spanx at the airport, which I find, and I'm obsessed with Sarah Blakely. Like, I love everything that she does. I think she's so interesting. But, well, I mean, you're in there and you're like, I need some compressions.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious. I want to know, and you guys DM us if you want or have a story about purchasing something at the airport that came in handy, because there's really an independent thing.
Do. I was doing a Christmas Eve game in Dallas, and Dallas has great shopping at DFW. And somebody was coming for Christmas that we didn't expect. And there was a Brooks Brothers, and I went and got a Hugo Boss.
Of course.
And like they were closing up shop, and I was like, my flight was delayed. Of course, Christmas Eve. And I was like, hold on. I need a belt. I need a scarf. I need a something.
Oh my God.
Merry Christmas.
Well, and happy holidays.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So what was your week like up until today?
What was my week like? It was good. Let me go to my Calm Down podcast topics that I wrote over dinner.
Getting better.
So I lightly told you about this. Oh, I went to dinner a couple of times this week, once with Jared and a couple dinners with some friends this week.
Very social, this one.
Yeah. I don't have any football, so I get to finally see people and go out. So Jared and I went to dinner this week, lovely dinner that we had in this new restaurant we were trying. And we were looking, one thing my husband hates at the dinner table, whether we're home or whether we're at a restaurant, is me texting at the table or checking out Twitter. He's always like, please put it down. A couple next to us, on their phone the whole time. They didn't say one word to each other. They were of the younger generation. They were very big on this. I love when people do this. The over their food to take the picture, the reach over where like their arms are straight and their wrists are straight and like we're stiff as a board. Then they go back down. They are not even talking.
No.
It's literally Curb Your Enthusiasm. I know you don't watch it. It blows my mind how people do that. I felt so bad. They had no interest in talking. It was all just about their phone. And then that's all I could concentrate on. My attention was fully there. And Jared's like, okay, back here. And I was like, they're not talking. Like, this is so, what are they looking at?
There's a couple things on that.
I couldn't stop
Unless
looking.
you work for the Food Network, I don't need to see a picture of your food. I'm not interested. I don't want to see what you're eating. What is going on there?
Yeah.
And when did this become a thing when everyone thinks they need to see each other's food? There's no part of when I'm scrolling through stories where I'm like, ooh, that looks good. Nope.
Now, I will say this restaurant in LA, Antico Nuovo, I don't know. I'm actually going to post it. It's Italian. I am going to post it on my Instagram. I did have my girlfriend, Heather, take a picture of it. I had to because the chef is so nice and he got us in. And I loved it so much. And I went there twice last week.
The only way it's okay
Chad,
to take a picture
thank you.
Of your food.
Great restaurant.
Chad.
I had a nice time. So then the next time we go there, we went there on Saturday with my two girlfriends.
Chad got you in twice?
No, Chad got me in a second time. So, this is another story. I was supposed to go to this restaurant with my two girlfriends. We had talked about it. We were excited about it.
I don't like when she talks about her other girlfriends.
Sorry, Heather and Jackie.
I know.
You know that.
I know, but
you
I was like, wow, you have so many friends.
I do have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
No, I really don't. So Heather and Jackie all week for the past couple of weeks, we're talking about going to this restaurant. And so we're like, all right, we're going to go. In fact, one of my girlfriend's quotes was, I'm not going to name who she was. I am going to have sex with that focaccia. It was so good. It's great. So
put that on a t-shirt at where
it never worked out that we could go. And then one night Jared's like, hey, let's go to dinner. And I was like, let's go to this place. The girls and I really want to try it. But I told every server and every waitress that I met in there, if you see me in here again this week with my girlfriends, you didn't see me.
Oh,
because I'm cheating on that.
Oh shit.
I felt terrible.
Did you tell them, or is this the first time you're telling them?
No. So Jackie and I live in the same area. We went in the car together to go meet Heather there. And I was trying to call them both, have Jackie there, call Heather at the same time, tell them both, I have something to tell you. I can't lie. And Jackie we were having serious convos, so we couldn't. So finally we were walking to the restaurant and grabbed her by the arm and I was like, I have to tell you something. I was like, I'm not pregnant. I already came to this restaurant this week without you, but it was with Jarrett and it wasn't with another girl, but I did cheat on you and I feel bad. She's like, you're a fucking psycho.
Because she was like, why are you telling me this is not that big of a deal?
But I felt terrible.
I do like your honesty, and she's grabbing gum right now because Erin's very self-conscious.
My breath is so bad.
She does not have bad breath.
I
You're
do.
doing that because
I smell it. No, I smell it. I'm
so
upset.
that's the move right there. Is it? Let's take a poll. Let's take it to the streets.
Me.
No, when someone offers you a mint, how many times?
I didn't even offer it.
You're right.
I took it for myself.
Very rude.
No, because you don't need it.
But when someone offers you a mint, is your first thought, do I need it? Or do you think they're just being generous?
You know what I'm obsessed with. Not only this, but a booger in my nose. It's my number one question.
For 4 hours, she's been asking if she has it. I'm like, you don't have anything in there. Do you want me to put something in there?
No, there's something in here. And you know why I feel like there's something in here? Because I did use Jarrett's nose cleaners before I came. Because, we're going on a vacation. I don't want to be sitting this close to you when you're seeing like a straggler. But now I feel like I can't keep anything in my nose. Like it's all just coming out. How good does that feel?
It's incredible.
I've never done it.
So Lynn, who I'm obsessed with, I always talk about Lynn. So she waxes my nose because I hate the feeling of plucking the nose is tough. But then there's those outer edge ones where it's like,
yeah, that's what I got.
You got to get in there and you got to pluck. And it's like I'm crying off of one. I can't imagine trying to do all of them. But then once you wax, everything's coming down.
Yeah.
We're not at Niagara Falls, but we might as well be. So you and I wiping our nose is just going to be.
Last night, I was full on convinced when I went to go pee at like 3 or 4 in the morning that I had COVID because I couldn't breathe out of one of my nostrils. But I realized, I think it's because I like cleaned it out and I don't know, I was all clogged. It was so weird. Don't look.
You look great.
Thanks.
It just reminded me, and again, our Larry stories are a plethora. The backstory is I don't watch Curb because I like just getting like Larry stories in real time, whatever. That's not a humble brag. That's just where we're at. Look, Larry was here for your wedding.
Yeah.
It's my +1. Whenever we didn't have a +1, we would bring each other to different events and things we had to do. So Larry's my +1 this wedding. But when you were just talking, your wedding, when you were just talking about reservations, it brought back the most amazing memory. Larry, I used to call and make dinner reservations.
Oh, this story is so good.
Because he wouldn't. And I was like, I thought it was so rude to ask his assistant to make reservations. I was like, I can pick up a phone and make a reservation. Yeah. Well, using Larry David's name to make a reservation is going to get us a much better table than my name. They're like, Marissa?
I would use it even if I wasn't with him.
So wait for this. So the few restaurants in LA, the Felixes of the world, the Nuevos, the different places like that I've made reservations at before, when I go to make the reservation now, they're like, oh, you give your phone number. Well, my phone number
Larry David
is underneath his name.
Amazing.
So they're like, oh, okay, David, reservation for 2. I'm like, yep, that's the one.
Don't correct it.
Then I go and they're like, I'm like, oh, it's under David. And it's like me and like you were going or a girlfriend or whatever. And I'm like, no, it's just me. I was like, oh, no, he's not here. The look that they have, the manager's pissed. Now they're all talking like they thought he was coming in and now he's not coming in. I'm going to be run out of the Zagat guy.
You can't ever give it up though. You always have to see how long you can take this.
Until he calls me and says, stop using my name on restaurants, I can get you a reservation.
That's
you don't
great.
need Chad. I got you.
No, Chad's great. He got us right in.
Chad, I'll be calling you. The number's under David. Larry, first name.
Hey, Lack.
Hey, Larry.
Another thing that happened at dinner on Saturday was I was looking at this gentleman at the restaurant that I thought would be a good suitor for one of my girlfriends, obviously the one that's not married, at the table. And I was like, okay, this guy's hot. Yes. Was he on a date? He sure was.
Was he the one taking pictures of his food? Because that's not a suitor.
They weren't. In fact, they looked like they were arguing. So I could tell they weren't happy together. Mm-hmm. I just felt like he wasn't into it. I felt like he kept looking at our table. Were we kind of loud? Sure. Okay. So he kept sneaking a peek. He kept looking over. I kept looking over. Under my hat, I was like, I think this one's for you. I think this one's for you. I'm going to find out. So we asked Rachel, the server there, if she had any intel on what was going on at the table. She thought it was a second to third date. she also said she has asked many times in the restaurant to check on other tables, like if people are single, how the night is going.
No.
She's like, oh, this is like
happens a lot.
Mm-hmm. She goes, it's LA. It happens all the time. What a great game. So then we were like,
that's worth my 20% to Rachel for intel.
Yeah. So then I was like, we got to try to find a way to talk to him. I have been to football games where fans have tried to airdrop me things. I don't know what they're airdropping me. I always say do not accept, but I always find it fascinating that they find me. So
it's not fascinating. Your airdrop's on.
I just burped. Sorry. I'm going to try to find an airdrop around this area.
You'll find mine right now.
How?
My airdrop's probably on.
But like, okay, airdrop everyone. Where are you? I don't know where to find. So where am I finding that guy?
So
go
to
the text.
Go like you're going to send me a picture. And then it comes up on your airdrop.
But where? Like I'm saying hi. Okay, so so I'm saying hi. Yeah, now where do I go to send?
No, okay, no. Don't do it on
you don't know my problem. So what do I do?
Whoa. Okay, I'm going to go send you this.
But it's not a photo. I wanted to send a text that said, are you
I don't
single?
know about that.
So that's my whole point.
Oh, I only know the picture airdrop because then it comes up in this little menu.
So that's all you can do is picture airdrop.
Yeah, that's all I know.
So I guess I should have taken a picture of someone saying hi and then tried to find him.
Yeah, you can't airdrop. They used to have that, remember Virgin Airlines? Or maybe they still have it, but Virgin America.
To see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. And by the way, I did some messages and then I was like,
you did? I never did.
And then I didn't know if I should like converse back or what, because then it's like, I didn't like, I mean, it tells you what seat it's coming from, but then that's awkward. You're going back and looking at the seat and then it felt like I was judging. And I was more into like the Love is Blind. Like, let me just converse because I'm interested in conversing.
Yeah. Did you finish season 2 of Love is Blind?
I did. You guys, I was so late to season 2.
That's okay.
Fantastic.
Shane, what a character.
What's the girl that was, I don't know, I don't know names. The blonde girl, she was really Christian and then she was with the atheist guy. And then she was really into the other guy. Shayna. There was a Shane. She was bugging at the end. I'm like, leave them alone. But it really surprised me that the one couple, the guy that she liked with the girl, I thought they were going to be so in love forever.
Yeah, what was her name?
No, this is not helping describe anything. I'm just saying the girl and the guy.
The one that was with Shane. Yeah.
Yes, and her parents were really sweet and, she's very traditional and whatever.
Yeah.
But I was shocked that I want to know more about the fight that happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you guys know them or know where they make reservations, we would love to have Rachel inquire.
Did I tell you I found out about the wine glasses and why they're the weird gold?
No.
But my God. So many people DM'd me when I asked it. So what happened was it's because of the edits in the show. Like the producers don't want to show if they started over or they picked it up in different places and the wine glasses are different levels. You know what I mean? Like the What Kind of Company's part and Pretty Woman where she like took a bite of the pancake, but when you see her again, it's 3 bites of the pancake.
But that's, the continuity is the word we're looking for. And the scene in the movie is when Julia Roberts, the hotel, and you know why I always put my leg up is because when she's wearing that robe and she opens her leg up like that. And I think it's so cute.
Ryan brings up a good point right now. He said, wait, finish the story. Did you ever talk to the guy? What happened? Well,
Ryan
what
has to keep us on track. For those of you that don't know, Ryan's our producer. He keeps our squirrel on track. There actually is a squirrel out there and a moose and a cat.
No, we didn't, because we got from Rachel that his height wasn't really what we were looking for. And, yeah.
Okay. I get that. I don't.
My girl needs a little bit more height.
I need all the height because I'm a tall gal and I don't want to be doing laundry and saying, are these your jeans or mine? I want to be very clear about whose they are. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I had an eventful week and I was going to tell you, I've had a very eventful week. Oh, but I had a number 2 on my list here that I was going to tell you about. I was starting to tell you about.
It doesn't have anything to do with number 2.
Actually, it 100% does. It's dog pooping.
Yes, that's right.
So I was on the phone with you earlier this week and I was pulling up to my house and I took a picture of something and I was like, oh, fuck, I can't wait to tell you about this. And I said, wait, I'll save it for the podcast. So my dogs, Willis and Daisy, are wonderful dogs. They are house trained. They don't really have accidents. Daisy's over her stomach issues, but I always leave the back door of my house open so they can go out to the yard, come back in, In this particular case, I wanted to secure the house, secure the perimeter. So I kept them inside And they ended up being in there longer than I wanted. Let's say to the tune of 4 hours, which is like a long time for them. I come home, and the second I walked in the door, you know something's happened. And if not gas, it's shit. And I was like, fudge. Because A, I didn't want to have to leave them inside. B, I was gone longer than I wanted to be. And I was like, God dang it. This is going to be somewhere, and it's going to be somewhere bad.
And it's bad.
It's always on a rug.
Yeah.
There's hardwood floor everywhere.
And you know they felt bad about it.
Of course, half the reason that I know Daisy was badly abused before I got her was because she had accidents. Never going to get mad at a dog for having an accident.
No.
I'm just feeling bad for myself that I'm now down another rug in the house.
Did they get into something? What made their stomach hurt so bad?
Well, I had them groomed. And you know when they do the thing in the pooper, like the valve thing, what's it called?
The valve thing? You mean the anal gland release?
That's the one.
Yeah,
I just don't like saying the word.
It every single month.
Well, this doesn't happen a lot for them. And so they had it this time. And it
made them go to the bathroom?
Run. And I was running. So I'm like searching. I'm like, it's not here. I like that rug a lot. Great. That one's not ruined. Went over here, walked right up to the top of the stairs, the white rug. All over the white rug. And I was like,
did you ever think on our podcast we'd say anal gland release?
I didn't say it. You did. And
I did.
You know, I allowed you the opportunity.
You know what's my favorite thing
roll
to
off
do
your tongue.
is to call in Manhattan Beach and say, hey guys, it's Erin Andrews. Hey,
we're going to omit that.
How are you? Oh yeah, we'll get rid of Howie's vet's name. But I'll be like, hey guys, how are you? It's Erin Andrews. Hey Erin, how's Howie doing? He's great. Can I get him in for an anal gland release? Do you know just how I'm like, they're like, oh, does he need it? I'm like, yeah, he really does. It's time.
How do you know he needs it? I just get
because they start smelling like you smell like it's rotten fish.
Oh, I've never had that smell. I just the groomer was like, oh, we did that this time. And I was like,
bigger dogs usually get it. All my Goldens got it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We were out here in Montana during quarantine. We ended up living out here for like 2.5 months when everything shut down in California. We came out here to Montana. Obviously, we packed up Howie and we were out here. And all of a sudden, we came home one night from being out to dinner. And you walked in the house and you were like,
you knew it right away.
Oh my God,
right away.
It's the fish smell. So we had a ton of cocktails, ranch waters. And I was like, Jarrett, you're going to have to do it. Or he's going to come in our bedroom and smell like this. We watched a YouTube video. We watched a YouTube video on how to do it. Some people like really get up in there. We didn't. It was like squeezing a zit.
Erin! You released your dog's
I didn't.
Anal gland?
My husband was that hammered. Because listen, if we hadn't done it.
What the fuck?
He would have gotten up on the bed and smelled like a fisherman all night long.
Wait a minute. How did he end up doing it?
We were just enough intoxicated that we watched the video. Now, fingers weren't going into anything. They weren't. It wasn't. He just got a hold of his bum. He squeezed it like a pimple. Unfortunately, Howie's anal glands were so bombarded, overloaded, that a little bit came out, and like the next day I was on the phone looking for a vet to come do it. But he got it a little bit out just in time.
In Jarrett's face?
No, are you crazy?
Wait, how's he
Have you met my husband? We put his butt one way and his head went the other.
I don't know. You're right. I mean, Jarrett's arms are
well, Jarrett's head isn't like he's giving, like how he's giving birth.
No, I've never done this before.
Okay. I mean, I will put a tutorial up. You put the dog's bum facing the other way. Jarrett's hanging on the other side and just squeezed his bum. Then we gagged and puked, and then the dog was fine. Everybody's good.
Well, I'll tell you who wasn't fine. Willis or Daisy, which gets to the crux of the story. Was it Willis or was it Daisy?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So now I'm not going to get mad at either one of them. But then I was like, so then I have to lift up the coffee table that's so heavy. It slips out of my hand and it leaves a big mark on my hardwood floor, which you know how I feel about that. Yeah. You know, especially because most of them don't come from us. Mm-hmm. So now I'm sitting there almost in tears, having to roll up this carpet or this rug and like schlep it down the stairs. And I'll put up.
How heavy was that?
It was so heavy and I'm gagging with the smell of poop, whatever. It's fine. I used to be a nanny, again, as you know, changed a lot of baby diapers, but the smell of dog anal released poop is a time.
Yeah.
You know. Anyways.
I hope none of you were eating while you were listening to this.
Oh. So yeah,
I have to put
that's
a
number 2
disclaimer
on my
this one.
list. And then, number 3 on my list is I'm excited. I haven't been skiing in a long time, and I'm going to hit the slopes up here.
We better get some snow. There's none. There's some right there.
It could end up one of 2 ways: a torn ACL or a trip to the next Olympics. I'm not sure. I will be singing California Love, though.
California Love. Yeah.
Is it California?
Yeah, that's what I did last time.
Maybe your rendition.
On that note.
Yeah, so there's going to be some stories from Montana. What else am I looking forward to up here? I love the fresh air. The second I get into the mountain range, I am just breathe it all in kind of a gal.
We haven't, my pantry is open. We haven't even unpacked. We literally just came in and I was like, let's see if the Ethernet is working.
Yeah, look at that connection.
Good job, SAB.
Well.
It is.
Okay, another thing that Erin had teased on the last episode was about a lime tree.
Oh, yeah. Good call, Ryan.
So during quarantine, Erin came over to my house. It was right after our birthday, May 4th, if you guys are looking to get us a gift.
It was.
And a girlfriend of mine, Courtney, was so cute. She's like such a great gift giver. She had put together like a little, I like Moscow mules, and she put together this whole arrangement. And part of that was this little itty bitty lime tree. Like, you know how small it was. It was like this big. And I already had a lime tree. I felt lucky. So I wanted to share, when life gives you limes, make
pass
limeade.
It on.
Or don't. So I gave Erin this now 2 years ago.
Yeah.
To you and Jared's credit.
You planted it.
Went home, you planted it, and there hasn't produced one lime. She's like, are you sure this is a lime tree? I'm like, yeah.
It's like my ovaries. It hasn't produced one thing. It's a joke. I'm turning that attitude around, by the way. I started reading a new,
then take that back.
No, I thought it was funny. It is funny. So
the lime tree hasn't produced a lime, and I just thought of this. Like when a car's bad, it's called a lemon. This is a lime.
It is. So we found out it's supposed to be in 8 hours of direct sunlight. This is probably in 4 because it's on the one side of the house.
Transplanter.
Yeah. So the gardener told us that it's too far along to uproot it. You know what I mean? So we're going to get a new one. I was thinking that. That's fine.
These are great water bottles.
Yeah, right?
Really
you don't chip your teeth on the metal straw, which I have a problem with doing all the time. So I thought the straws were great.
Yeah. So a lot of fun adventures. If you guys have questions, you know what to do. Submit them at your leisure. We appreciate you guys submitting them themselves. Before we jump off of here, I would love to... Wait, you have the questions again? I want to answer just the one or two at the end.
Sure.
Before we go. Because I think it's very kind that people ask us questions.
What led you to be inspired to create House and Home?
Oh, well, Erin's house in particular. The second I walk in here, it feels magical. And for me, I always wanted somebody to feel like that, no matter if you had a little bit of money or a lot of money or whatever. I remember even in my dormitory, I wanted to feel, I was proud of the space. So the inspiration behind House and Home is that everyone should be proud of the space that they live in.
What has been the best experience from having House and Home so far?
I've had, this is dramatic, but not my words, theirs, a couple different clients tell me that I've changed their life.
I could see that.
This one client,
That's
she's
so nice.
so sweet. She was like,
Jillian Gregory?
She will remain anonymous. It's Jillian Gregory. No, it's not in this particular case, but she has also been a dream client because she just lets me do whatever.
Whatever.
We'll do the reveal later. But this particular client said that she always felt like she had to do whatever her mother, and by the way, she was a grown woman with a child, like that's 13.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that she always felt like she just had to do whatever her mom said. So her mom had told her to buy all these different pieces of furniture, and they were in her house. And she's like, it never felt like my home. And finally she was like, I got the courage. I called you, you redid my house, and now it's my home. And so when my mother comes over, I'm like, I'm standing up to you. And this is the first step. And I'm like, whoa. She said it changed her.
And how's her mom?
Well, I don't think she's happy with House and Home. You lose some clients, you gain others.
Golly,
that's fine.
Sure.
But I would like to. I wanted to empower her, and she told me that I did. So, anyways, it may be a throw pillow to you, and you may be throwing away relationships by getting them, but
or rugs when you leave your dogs at the house for
exactly
4 hours.
That was a good.
No, it's not. Howie
No.
can hold it for longer.
I
But
know.
Maybe it's just a
The
bad
anal.
tummy.
Anywho,
Always is.
you know what? Bend over and I'll show you.
And on that note,
Bye.
Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.